In this video, I'm going to share with you my top tips on how I've kept off antidepressants now for greater than 7 years. How's it going, guys? This is Chris with HealthyConsumer.com, back with another episode of Mental Health Mondays. Mental Health Mondays is where we talk about stress, depression, anxiety, and everything related to those subjects. So if that sounds like something that's interesting to you, be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell so you never miss another video again. It's hard for me to believe that I've been off antidepressants for greater than 7.5 years now. Everybody's experience will vary, and these things may or may not work with you. So I have to put out the disclaimer there that everyone is different, and I highly encourage you to work with your therapist and closely with your healthcare providers if you have the long-term intention of coming off your medications. It's also important to note that not everybody should come off their medications. The severity of the depression, the motivation of the person to look at other alternatives can vary a lot from person to person. I knew in the long road I did not want to rely on medications to manage my depression and anxiety. That being said, I think that's what everyone wants. I've never heard somebody say, yeah, I want more medications, or I do want to take pills, or I like taking medications. The cold hard truth is that some people require medications, and two, if you do have depression or anxiety, a lot of people aren't willing to put in the work it takes to keep yourself balanced without medications. I'm not going to say it's a fairy tale, and anybody out there that tells you they have this magical solution to overcoming depression and anxiety naturally, whether it's some superfood or supplement, it's not true, and don't buy it, guys. You're better than that. But I want to jump into what has worked for me when it comes to managing my depression and anxiety and how I've kept off medications for greater than 7.5 years now. First up is I've made a commitment to staying in therapy, and I think this is critical. You need to find a therapist that works well with you. You can find people that are enablers, some people that don't really help you progress down the road. You need to find someone that supports you but also helps you grow, and once you find that person, never let them go, and make sure that you have ongoing therapy as needed. I think that's been a critical component for me. Number two is that I've made a strong commitment to exercise. I treat it like an appointment. It's not something lesser that, oh, maybe if I get to it, I'll do it. No, every single day. And the research strongly supports that too, especially cardiovascular exercise. So if you can get into aerobic exercise, it's really going to help a lot of those neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine and norepinephrine to get that balance right so you're not as reliant on medications. Number three is I've adopted a daily meditation practice. Now, I can't say that I'm perfect with this, but most days I try to get in at least 10 to 15 minutes of meditation a day. You can see some of the techniques of meditation that I use in the description below. Next, I knew I couldn't do this if I wasn't giving my body the building blocks it needed, so I went on to a whole foods diet. Now, I'm not saying that you have to necessarily go vegan or all plant-based, but it helps to get as much processed food out of your diet as possible. Personally, for me, I lean much more heavily towards a plant-based diet, and it's worked for me so far. But if you can just take a step in the right direction by adding fruits and vegetables in, forget about taking things out. If you crowd those things out by adding more fruits and vegetables in the forms of green smoothies and other easy ways to sneak those foods in, then you'll find that over time, you'll stop desiring a lot of those other foods that aren't helping your depression or anxiety. Another tip is I push myself to get out and socialize in one way or another, even when I'm not feeling with it. I'm not perfect at this either, but I try. And when I'm feeling an episode of depression coming on, I make sure that I get up, get out, and get moving, as I've said in some of my other videos. And I like to try and do that with other people that I care about, that I love, that mean a lot to me. So you don't have to go to necessarily a big concert or something like that. But if you can be with other people that mean a lot to you, it makes a big difference in supporting your depression. Lastly, I maintain accountability through other people. As part of the course that I've designed online, we have an online support group. So they remain accountable to me and I remain accountable to them because we're working on goals and constantly developing those things. So I can't just slack off easily because I have a commitment to other people. This is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. If you'd like to learn more about how you can better manage your depression, check out our online courses for managing depression and anxiety in the description below. You can be completely anonymous in these courses, and the support component of it is invaluable. It's helped me and several others to manage their depression at a greater level. This has been another episode of Mental Health Mondays. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell so you never miss another video. I look forward to seeing you next Monday.